Welcome to News Now. My name is Perpetua Fasami Peter. And now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday swore in Justice Olukayode Ariwoola as the substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. The swearing-in ceremony took place shortly before the kickoff of this week's Federal Executive Council meeting. Ariwoola, who spoke to State House correspondents after being sworn in, urged politicians vying for various electoral offices in next year's elections to allow the judiciary to function properly. The new CJN also promised to pursue reforms at the Apex Court across several lines, such as speed of justice delivery and welfare of judicial officers. In his remarks, Governor Seyi Makinde thanked the President for Ariwoola's confirmation on behalf of the people and government of Oyo State. Before the meeting commenced proper, the Council observed a minute of silence in honor of former Minister for Special Duties and Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Vincent Obulafo, who passed away recently. Human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, and other advocates of the democracy in Nigeria have advised the youth to take control of leadership by participating in political activities ahead of the 2023 election. IBrandTV reporter Olukayode reports that the advocate says there will be no better Nigeria if the youth continued to stay away from elections.
Senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, child boy and daughter of legendary Afro singer Fela, amongst others, said the only way out of the nation's predicament is full participation of youths in the electoral process.
Well, what Nigerians should be doing differently is to task the politicians who are coming to ask for your votes. You must make demands of them and let them know the problems confronting every community and the country. And unless you do that, they're just going to take you for granted.
The salvation of this country lies in the hands of its exceptional youth, and until they understand that na them be the government, not be the people for Aso Rock, not be the people for government house, till they understand that, their mumu, I'm afraid, wear leather jacket, they follow them, na factory fitted.
The fundamental purpose of governance is for the happiness of the people. So anything else aside from that is all superfluous. And I believe that really truly, like where I stand really is to let the citizens know their rights. Citizens don't know their rights. And they think it all ends just on one election cycle and then everybody folds up until the next cycle.
Don't sell your vote. It's a very simple message. You know, let's vote the old school out and get the new school in. Maybe Nigeria will change.
Young people need to be involved in party politics. Young people need to become members of political parties. Young people need to take an interest in politics, because it is politics that determines, you know, the future, the activities, the agenda, the policies, the programs of any nation.
While calling on youth to get themselves ready to change the negative narrative in the country, they advise Nigerians not to sell their votes.
Each community, each constituency must demand for meetings, must meet your legislators regularly. It's not just enough to talk about Abuja. You must talk about your state government. You must participate in budget preparation.
You can't have a country like this as a modern country where 60% of vibrant, able-bodied people are unemployed. You're going to have an explosion. And we felt part of it in 2020, in October, when the NSAS riot took place. Okay, these guys just went bonkers. And the same is likely to happen if we don't take urgent steps to do something about creating employment. Yes, it is the responsibility of government to put in place jobs. Government can and should create jobs.
And young people should not think that other people are going to give them things on a platter. You fight for whatever you get.
The only thing I care to think about is the Nigerian youths. When will enough be enough for them? When will they take back their country? I never see thief people where they say, I don't tire to thief. I beg, come help me, thief small. It's not going to happen. Whatever you want, you must take.
Nigerians are hopeful that the nation will get it right in the 2023 elections. Olukayode Ariwoola reporting for IBrandTV News.
In a bid to resolve the issue of insecurity, bedeviling the country as fast as possible with every available resource, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, has urged retired veterans to rise up and play active part in community security. The Chief of Army Staff was represented by the Chief of Administration, Major General Muhammad Ali, at the 4th Quarter 2022 Veteran Affairs Directorate Seminar held at the Nigerian Armed Forces Resettlement Center, Oshodi, Lagos. The retired veterans, while speaking with IBrandTV reporter Kayode Shopeko, described the initiative from the Chief of Army Staff as laudable.
The Veteran Affairs Seminar Workshop 2022 is designed to build on previous edition with focus on salient national issues, particularly security, as we continue to leverage on the experience of our veterans in furtherance of our military operations. Thus, the ultimate objective of this workshop is to build participant capacity to effectively support my vision, which is to build a professional Nigerian army ready to accomplish assigned missions within a joint environment in defense of Nigeria.
It's a very, very good initiative. It's long overdue. In fact, it is one which promises to provide massive dividends for improvement of security in our dear country, Nigeria.
Bring it together, they have to pour out what they feel can help the nation. And if the military or the government feels they need the assistance, they can always call on them. Like you call them, say many of us came.
Initiative of the Chief of Army Staff coming up with this theme of retired people, veterans, being involved in community security is very, very important, because when we were serving, we were a bit detached from our community. But now that we are retired, we are in the community. And what that means is that it's assumed that we know what is happening, we know who and around about us, and we can report through our training on intelligence.
There is an indication that the federal government will modify the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System (IPPIS) to accommodate the peculiarities of the University Transparency Accountability System (UTAS), a payroll system developed by the Academic Staff Union of Universities for the payment of salaries and allowances of university lecturers, and the university's peculiar personnel payroll system developed by the Joint Action Committee of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Universities and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities. This formed the thrust of the discussion during the meeting of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, and ASUU's executive on Monday. The issues surrounding the deployment of UTAS and UP3S formed part of the reasons for the lecturers and non-academic staff to down tools. The university workers had blamed inconsistencies and the failure of the IPPIS to capture the peculiarities of the university system for their rejection. Members of the National Executive Council of ASUU will meet on Thursday to take a formal stance on the 8-month-old strike. Lagos State on Tuesday got the approval of the federal government to commence the construction of a Lagos airport, which would be situated along the Lekki axis of the state. The Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, who handed the approval to the state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, expressed optimism that Nigerians would benefit from the venture.
Of course, you will agree with me that Murtala Mohammed is so congested and, of course, far away from center of action at the moment, because there's a new Lagos. You have the Eco-Atlantic, you have the Lekki Free Zone, you have the all the way to Ekpe access of all of these happenings here. So Lagos needs yesterday this airport, and we're more than happy to have them have it. We will, of course, get our agencies to supervise and ensure that it's done very well with the signature of Lagos on its own.
This infrastructure will reduce journey time, will make Lagos, easily and better accessible, and people can make better, local and international business decisions, given all the investment that have happened, in that area. So you can see is a right step in the right direction.